to notice, right? A lot of Black people, you will support anything negative about our people, but when it comes to something positive, something that we can come together and fix our community, you guys don't want to support that because you like drama. That is what y'all feed off of. As a community, tap the screen, share the live. It is free to have other Black people come in here so that we can talk as a community, okay? We have Black women in here stating that they want to go ahead and date outside of their race because Black men are saying that they don't want to date us, okay? That's a problem. If you can't see that that is a problem, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Because what is going to happen to our community, we are going to be all YT. If we allow our children to date outside of their race, do you understand that is very dangerous? Women going outside of their race to go and date, this is what they want. So this whole country is going to be nothing but YT people. Interact in the comments. It's sad that I have to get mad and get angry for you guys to just do what you should already be doing. Please. Y'all want to see some drama. Y'all want to see something to bring our community down. I see pages where Black women are yelling and screaming and going back and forth at each other, and y'all like that shit. Y'all like it. Y'all love it. Y'all feed off of it. So I am asking my community, right? The community that I have brought together. If you are a subscriber to me, you should be working 10 times harder because you understand the message. You understand what I am trying to do.
Let me ask you a question.
No, this is not for you to ask me any questions. This is for you to come up and explain to us, right, what happened to the Black community. Unless you're here, are you a Black man?
I'm a Black man. Let me tell you something. So this is what happened to the Black community. They used to vote Republican, right? And then they started voting for the Democrat.
Are you Black? It's just so sad. It's just really sad. I'm going to tell you something. It does not matter who you vote for, Republican or Democrat. None of these people have been for us. Neither one of these communities. Neither one of these politicians. They don't care about us. Go ahead, Uncle.
Yes, peace and love. Peace to you, my sister. Peace. Thank you for being the queen that you are. Also,
you gotta unmute yourself, Uncle.
Oh, peace and love. I have paid no attention to that. Let me say peace and love to everybody in the room. I definitely want to give a Black fist salute to our sister and queen who stays on our issues to make us think about our situation that we're in. The question, what is going on? What has happened to us as a Black people? So much has happened just in my time. We forgot about unity. We're not unified as a people. We allowed them to come into our communities and integrate us, thinking that we was doing a good thing, when the majority of us didn't even want it, but our leaders that they put over us, because we never choose our leaders. They choose them, and we just accept them. So they allowed them to integrate our communities, and in integrating our communities, it made us divide. It brought division. We wanted to be like them. We felt like we had a chance to be like them. We stopped depending on one another. We started depending on them. You know, so we have to get back into us. Basically, that's the bottom line. And we can't do that until we wake up as a people. It starts with our children. If we're not teaching our children, then we have to ask our question, who's teaching them? We know if we're not teaching them, they're not learning about themselves. They're not learning about how we are to live among each other, or how we are to love one another, how we are to walk together, build together. That's gone. That was in the 50s and the 60s. That's gone. We don't know how to build together. We don't know how to put our trust in one another. We don't go to the black electrician when something goes wrong. We go to the other people, the other nations. We never think. We don't invest in one another because they got us to the point that we're afraid to invest in one another because we don't have love for one another no more. So we can't trust one another no more. And when you can't trust those that look just like you, how do you trust those that are not of you? I heard them speak about the women and the men. You're right, women should be in leadership. Our women are great leaders. And the men need to understand that. They so caught up into the religion where they believe that God is all male and no female existed until God brought her into existence, not realizing that all life come out and from the female. So, they're following everything that the other nations give them, not following who they are and what their spirit tells them. And I'm sure, I come from the hood. So I'm sure every time they do wrong, it's a spirit within them that tells them that they're doing wrong, that they shouldn't do it. They choose to do it. And it's not so much as doing wrong, because I remember when we was doing wrong. But we did wrong outside of our community. We didn't do wrong in our community. Because we didn't want our community to know what we was doing. That way, if the police or anybody went in our community and asked about us, they always had a good report on us. I don't understand what they're doing today. And then we didn't do it to each other. As I said, we went outside the community. We wasn't scared to go into the YT community and take from them. They the ones who had. We didn't have nothing. We come back home and wanted to share with everybody. We don't do that no more. We take from our own and we don't go back and share nothing. I heard someone get on here the other day and say, the woman, she said, every time they want their nails done, they run into them Chinese folks and stuff to get their nails done, spending $100 or so on their nails, $140 on their nails. What happened to the black women who know how to do nails? Because when I was coming up, the black women did their own toenails, their own fingernails, and it was great. What happened to that? So why we can't? And then why we got to charge each other every time we're doing something for one another? I want to charge you for education. If I give you my knowledge, I got to charge you. Why? I should want you to have my knowledge so you can put it with the knowledge you have and be more knowledgeable than what you are. I should want your knowledge if it's knowledge of good, knowledge that's going to strengthen us, if it's knowledge just talking about what we can do together as one. I watched a video today, a short clip, and it showed all the Africans after honey, how they all sat down and ate together from the same bowl that they cooked out of. Because they ate with their hands and everything. We can't do that. We're afraid to do that. We've been so Europeanized, mentally, physically, and every way. All of our thoughts are only European thoughts. If we go get a business, we want a business like them. If we go buy a car, we want a car like them. If they open up an airport, we want an airport, but we want it like them. And then we want it under them. We want to make them a part of our business because we feel like we can't rise to the top without them. And we don't teach our children who's coming up, who are the next leaders, how to put back into the community that they come from. Don't run out of the community. Don't leave the community. Help rebuild the community. Help make the community the way that you want it to be, the way that you see other communities and you would like for your community to be. And then don't make your community like them, because we're not like them. They like low music. We like loud music. Everything about us is different from them. We don't even wash up the same way. They don't use towels when they wash up. We use towels to scrub the dirt out. They wash their hair every day. We don't wash our hair every day because we don't want to wash the oils and stuff out of our hair. They need to wash the oils out of their hair. So we are different people. So we need to quit trying to be like them and learn, just get back into learning how to love one another. It's not hard to stop stealing from one another. Hey, if you and your brother steal, that's fine, but go over there to their community and steal and bring it back to yours. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm a true believer that you give them back 7 times of what they give you. And they ain't never gave us nothing. Everything they gave us, they took right back from us. So we shouldn't be giving them nothing. We should be taking from them. Like they take from us. They smart. They take what they want. We keep asking for what we want. I don't understand that. We was raised to go out and get what we want. Now we done got grown. We want to ask for what we want. Shoot, we didn't even want to ask our parents for what we want. We wanted to go out and get it ourselves. What happened? Why we got to go to them and ask them? Why we got to want to be like them? It's because that's what we allow. We are not teaching our children anymore. We're not teaching one another anymore. No one is talking about unifying, and that hurts. So I'm going to get out of here because I've been on here too long. I can go on and on. It's not about what we have become. It's about what can we do to change. That's the main thing. What can we do to change our situation? I don't want to talk about what we're doing because we know we got problems. But how can we change these problems? How can we change them from negative to positive? And how do we get the majority of us to go along with it? The only way is to allow them to see it. So those who's
we got to figure out what happened first.
Oh man, so much has happened. No, you don't. You just got to figure out
what I said. First, we got to figure out what happened.
We let them come in among us when we wasn't supposed to.
Do you hear me?
We integrated when we wasn't supposed to. That's what happened. We allowed them to come among us, allow them to teach our children. We send our children to their schools and everything. We stopped depending on one another. We wanted to go into business with them instead of have our own business like we used to. We didn't want to separate from them no more. That's what happened. Because back in the 50s and the 60s and the 40s, you wasn't among them. You was separate from them. And we was a strong people. We had everything that we needed. Come on now. Y'all know we had it. Every time we get it, they come in and take it. Because we would allow them, because we won't stand together as a people. We have to stand together. Not when the shit hit the fan. We got to start standing together now, so when the shit hit the fan, we know what to do. And we know what each other will do. We already know what happened. Integration.
No, not everybody, because not everybody was taught this.
When we integrated,
and my generation seems to not understand. Hold on. My generation seems to not understand what happened, right? And we have to be honest about things, right? If we don't have this conversation tonight. A lot of you guys, the generation before me, the one before that one, and the one before that one, y'all sat down. A lot of y'all sat down. You stopped fighting. You know what I mean? You stopped fighting. You put the pacifier in your mouth and you sat on your hand. You sat on your hand. And to be honest, you guys basically settled. You settled. If we gonna have this true conversation, right? This true conversation, right? And this to the older people, I've got a lot of respect for you, and I understand, right? And I respect you. I respect you. But at the end of the day, you failed my generation. You failed my generation. And now we are almost out of time. And now we're trying to get together. This should have been going on. These conversations should have been going on as a community before it was too late. Now we're about to run out of time. Now we need to all come together. Where was y'all back then? Where was y'all back then? Y'all should have been back there talking about this. Not in this generation. And now it's on all of us to come together. And I'm on board with that. But we do need to see that a lot of that generation back there, y'all fucked us over. Y'all did.
But sister,
y'all did a disservice to our ancestors. They fought for us to have
sisters.
They fought for us to have some type of freedom, and we were supposed to keep fighting.
Yes, but we never stopped.
And we still don't have any freedom.
We never stopped. What they did was they cut off all the heads, and as you cut off the heads, the body falls. The body follows. They cut off all our heads, all our good heads, all our good leaders. Them the ones that they locked up, them the ones that they killed. And when they did that, no one follows anymore. The body falls. And we have no leaders today.
You gotta say unalived. You gotta say unalived. But my thing is this. We would have been better. Yeah, but my thing is this. Y'all, this is the problem, right? In our community, right? Y'all too busy looking for a leader when all of you guys are the leaders. You are the leader. You the leader. All the men in the comments right now, all the men in the entire world, you guys are the leaders. We don't need to be sitting and waiting for one person to tell us how to move.
We're all leaders.
We don't need to be waiting, because if we wait, we're going to wait forever.
We're all leaders, but we
can't sit around and wait while we don't have no leaders. If we continue to use that as an excuse,
have leaders.
We will fall as a people.
No, when I say we have no leaders, what I mean is
the leader is never coming. He's never coming. We're never going to have we're never going to have another, listen to what I'm saying, and I want all Black people to hear me. We are never going to have another Malcolm X. We're never going to have another Martin Luther King. We're not getting one. No person is going to put that target on their back, because at the end of the day, you guys are scared. You're scared. You're not scared to fight somebody in your community, but you're scared to go outside of your community and make it happen.
We have leaders that do go outside the community.
And it's the truth.
No, we have those that goes outside of the community. But we don't have
Where's the leader at?
But we don't have...
Where's the leader at?
I know many. Personally. I personally know many. But they don't have enough soldiers behind them to make an impact. They don't have enough people standing behind them to make an impact. And most of the people today, they want to follow the leaders that are given to them. They don't want to follow the leaders that come out of them. They don't want to even listen to them. But there's leaders all through the Black communities. Trust me on that. And they're ready to move. But there's not enough soldiers.
Brother, on one hand, you just said we don't have no leaders. And on the other hand, you just said we have leaders. You just contradicted everything that you just said. Do you understand that? You just contradicted. You just said we don't have any leaders.
Let me break this down for you. When I said so when I said we don't have any leaders, we don't have any leaders that we have chosen to lead, who can come together with a council and lead the people in the way that they should go. We have no one that the people are willing to listen to, because we have no people that are willing to stand behind anyone within the community who does not already have power and money. So that's what I mean when I say we don't have any leaders.
So what does that mean? Does that make us scared?
No, we're not scared.
Does that make us scared?
No. It makes us foolish.
Brother.
It makes us foolish, because we can't look in within.
I'm sorry, but we are.
We can't look within our own.
And it's no disrespect to you. You may be one of the leaders, right? But we are. We are. And we wouldn't be in this situation.
We
wouldn't be in the same situation.
Okay, are you willing to walk away from everything because of true leader?
Because everybody is afraid of losing. Let's keep it a buck. Everybody we're scared of losing our lives. Nobody is willing to put themselves out there.
Death comes to us
to
all.
Be the leader.
You're not willing to die for your child. You're not willing to die for your children. I'm on the list. I'm on the watch list. But as long as I don't have enough people standing behind me to do anything,
you can't say that word on here. You can't say that word on here.
Okay.
You cannot say that word on there. F1 in the chat. You can't say that word on here. You can't. We have to watch the words that we are saying. We just do. Y'all keep talking about we got leaders. Y'all keep saying that we have leaders. I guess y'all go find them leaders and tell them to come in here right now. Since we got all of these great leaders, go find them. Go get them. Tell them to bring their ass in here. Since we got all of these great leaders, go get them. Can any of you guys go get them? Where they at? Y'all need to stop lying. That's all we do as a community is lie and make excuses and say that we have all of these things when you know damn well we don't got them. If we had them, we would not be in the situation that we are in today. We would not be running out of time today. It really... I'm scared. I'm scared for my community. I've never felt afraid, right? I've never ever... Okay, you've been in the request for 30 minutes. You're going to sit down there. I am afraid. I'm afraid that I am afraid as a Black woman living in America. I am afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Because at the end of the day, we don't have no leaders. We don't have, look at the way the men sit on this app and talk about the women on this app, about Black women. And look at how the women talk about the Black men on this app. And y'all, you can say that you're not afraid, but when it really come down to it, when it really pop off, you niggas is staying in the house. Y'all not coming outside. Y'all can say, oh yeah, I'm gonna come outside. I'm gonna help my community. I'm gonna help. No, you're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're not coming out. In 2024, we are still in a fucked up position, and y'all believe that y'all didn't do anything wrong. All we want to do is blame it on the YT man. We want to continue to blame it on the YT man when we need to take accountability, right, for the things that we did as a community. We did as a community. It is also our fault. We also put ourselves in this position because because we listened to that leader that you told us, that leader, Martin Luther King. He told us that we just wanted to be amongst these people, right? We just wanted to live amongst these people, and our life was just going to be perfect, and we were just going to have these great lives, and everybody was just going to come together, and we were just going to be better off. And it did nothing but make Black people's life even more worse. Hasn't did anything. Hasn't did anything. Hasn't did anything. The only thing, the leaders that I see today, Al Sharpton, go out, vote blue. That's what he told us. And that's going to fix our life. That's going to fix our life. Just go out, continue to vote blue, and everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Just vote blue, no matter who. And our life is going to be great. But we're still in the same situation. No, thank you. I'll pass on that. Everybody, be on mute, please. Everybody gets 1 minute. Am I going first? Okay. First, I wanted to say I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I'm so sorry. I just was passionate to talk about this. First, I feel like what happens to the Black community is, you're right. People stop fighting. People stop talking about these issues. People stop doing what people needed to do. Another thing is, I felt like colorism kind of played a role. Colorism has always been around, but I felt like it played a role because now, like you said, you got Black men on here bashing Black women as soon as they get with a white woman or white tea woman. And then you have, just these issues, and I feel like nobody's willing to talk about it. Everybody wants to be like, oh, this is just how we live, but like, what truly happened to the Black community, for real? And I feel like, since my time right now, I'm gonna just let it go. Never mind, y'all got it. Thank you, sister. Blessings to you. Grandma, are you there? Grandma? Grandma?
I don't know if I'm here or not. Let me see.
You are. Grandma, can you do me a favor? Drop down, Grandma.
Drop down where?
Drop down to the comments, and then I'm going to bring you back up to the top box.
You know I don't know how to drop out.
Okay, let me drop you down. This is my grandmother, you guys. Hey, Grandma.
Hold on. Are you talking about colorism tonight?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Oh, good.
Well, earlier, Grandma, I was in a room, There was a beautiful black woman inside of the room, Grandma. Beautiful, beautiful black woman. Her natural features, no lipstick. And she had cut off all her hair, right? And somebody that be in my room sent me the live, Grandma. Now I just want you to listen to me, okay? They sent me the room. So I said, oh, let me see what this room is about, okay?
Okay.
So I go into the room. There's a whole bunch of YT people calling her big nose, big lips, bald-headed. And black men and black women were in the comments. I want you to listen to me, Grandma. In the comments, laughing and saying so many discouraging things about this black woman. And I said, how can I be on here holding YT people accountable and I'm not even willing to hold my own people accountable for the things that they are doing to our community and how they are hurting our community? You know what I mean, Grandma? So she was on here, right? And she was saying, hey, I just need a little. She's like, I need $200 more for my rent. That's what she was saying, Grandma. She's like, can anybody just help? Okay? She was crying. She was very sad. You can tell, right? And I felt so bad, Grandma, so bad. So you know what I did? Every gift that has ever been sent to me on this app, I emptied my chamber on her. And do you know what black people were saying to me in the comments? You're stupid. You're dumb. Why would you help her? Why would you do that? You know what I mean? I can't believe that you guys as a black community could see another black woman hurting and not even think to want to help that black woman. The hurt I felt in my heart after seeing that, the anger that I could have just went through the phone and just slapped the shit out of everybody that allowed YT people to go on there and disrespect that woman. As a community, when you say community, then do we have a community, Grandma?
No, we don't.
We don't have a community, do we?
It's really been dissolved with I have a dream.
We don't have a community no more. And the hurt that I feel in my heart right now, Grandma, because after seeing that, it really, broke my heart. And this is why everybody believes that they can talk about our community in the way that they talk about our community, because they understand that we're not together as a people. We're not together. They know that they can do it. They know that they can do it. And we're going to sit there and we're going to laugh with them and we're going to root them on while they disrespect and the hurt. She just had to get off live because you could tell she just wanted to cry. The men were going up there, I'll help you if you do this, do activities with me. Black men. Black men, the type of father that I have, the type of brothers that I have, the type of parents I have, nothing in my heart could ever, if somebody got on here right now, a black person got on here right now and they just told us that they needed help. You understand what I'm saying? The things that I would do, you know what I mean? Giving my last, you understand what I'm saying? And I don't have a lot. I just lost my job, but I was willing to sacrifice for someone else. Where did we stop sacrificing when one of our people needed something? YT people, they get on code. They help each other out when they need help. When they need help, they come together as a community and they work together to make sure none of their people are doing bad. But us, we don't do it. We'll laugh at somebody that need help. We'll walk past that black man on the street and act like he don't exist, or that black woman on the street. The hurt that I felt in my heart from my own community, I never disliked it, a whole group of people, my own people. You guys have been colonized in the head to think that you are a European. You are not a fucking European.
And it's not going to get them no credit.
Oh.
YT people. Nothing at all. And that's why we don't have a community, because we can't sit together and show the YT people that we have a community, that we love each other, that we care about each other. Because somebody should have been in there fussing and cussing and carrying on. Even if they didn't want to help her, don't let her be insulted.
That's what I'm saying, Grandma. I couldn't believe that Black men, and I tried to get in the box, Grandma, but she had like 85 people, and I was waiting, right? I was waiting to try to get in the box because I had some things that I wanted to say to the people in there. Do you know that all of you guys, every last one of us, we came from a Black woman? As a community, we came from a Black woman. You Black men, you came from a Black woman, and you allow somebody else, like, there was a Black woman on here earlier. I don't know if she's still in here, but she said she went to her father and asked her father, would he be okay if she started dating outside of her race because of what she heard on this app today about how Black men are sitting on the app talking about how they don't want Black women. The hurt that I feel in my heart.
Nope, they don't want Black women, and the other stuff they want wears a bun, and it's not a grapefruit. Grapefruit hanging in a banana tree, which we know don't supposed to be there. So this is the world we live in now, and they are against us. But that's okay.
But how was that? So we're not going to be able. If this is the type of time we on, we can't rebuild our community.
You know what? They're not interested in building a community. All they want to do is eat one day at a time, dress one day at a time, sleep one day at a time. They're not interested in building anything. That's why we don't have no male leaders now.
And somebody just came up here and said we have Black leaders. I said, well, go get them. Tell them to come in this room. Come be amongst people that are here for me. You know what I mean? Because I ain't seen no black leaders. And for all the people that's in the comments and you're laughing about these things and you thinking that these things are funny, there you have, let me tell you something. I believe that there is a God, because I know that it has been nobody but God that has been keeping my people, right? And baby, it's going to come a day where you're going to have to answer for every single thing that you have done to my people. You're going to have to answer for those things. How can we say that we such a loving people? We accept everybody, right, Grandma? We don't even accept each other. Nope. We sitting around talking about we accept everybody. You damn right. Everybody except ourselves.
It's a wicked world. It is wicked.
Judgment Day is coming.
But I feel sorry for those poor melanated people who could not see. All right, I know what they're thinking in their mind. The person's faking. I know what they're thinking. The person's faking. But call the person to the side. If possible, speak to the person. Listen to them. But I see a lot of things that a matter of fact, just before I came here, there was a woman, she's washing a bunch of clothes by hand and she's begging for money. So before I see if I had any roses or anything to give her, I said a little prayer. And by the time I got to thinking to the third rose, for the push to third rose, the spirit told me to stop and told me all about the woman. And then she said it herself, and I said okay. So I wouldn't give her anything else. But if I see somebody, I'm gonna feed them. I'm gonna try to take care of them the best I can, because our community has really fallen down. That is the only reason why I love the little community that I live in here now, because the people care about each other. There's only 100 houses in this little community, but we stick together in this little community. And I've never had that since I was a child. But if you think the grass is greener on the other side and you want to be over there with the YT people and the other people, go ahead, because they're going to turn on you. And that green grass is going to get blood red real quick.
I don't know, but we got some people. You ready for them, Grandma?
Who's going to feel about that? Am I ready for who?
It's some people in that want to come up in the box. You ready?
They better tread lightly tonight, because I ain't up for it. Come on.
Okay, Grandma.
Hey, how you doing? I feel
Can we start off? Can we start off with your race, please?
I'm black, African American.
Okay. And what happened to the Black community from your viewpoint?
Well, it's a lot did happen, but I know that the black man, he done got sick in his brain, because he done, not only is somebody that took his kingdom from him, they put him in a position to work inside of a kingdom that he built. And then he don't want to take the kingdom back. He rather go vote and try to be, going up in these chairs that these people got for him to sit down in. He rather sit at their table instead of create his own circle with his own brothers. He don't really care about his community. Yeah, I know it's black men out there that love black women, but for the majority of it, these men in these cities, every time you see them, they on the block. They out here selling candy on the block, right? Well, they taking each other's life. You see what I'm saying? So they don't really value the community if you got all this candy in the community. And then they'll say, oh, put the government, put it in our community. Ain't nobody made you get rid of all this candy. Ain't nobody make you sell this candy in your community. Because every time, even if it is a black woman out there that do want to get candy, or she addicted to candy, guess what? She gonna go get it from a black guy. The Caucasian man ain't in your neighborhood selling candy, not in your neighborhood, because you won't allow that. He's not gonna come in there and sell it. You see what I'm saying? He gonna give it to you, and then you gonna go distribute it. And it's so crazy because it doesn't matter. She could have been 18. If she wanted it, she wouldn't have got it from a black man. He could have been 14, 13, 16, 20, 30, 40, or 50. He the one who always has it. So he don't really see that he at war neither. You know what I'm saying? He at war, and they secretively going to war with him, and he want to be so friendly. This is the most friendliest man here. He's so friendly. He friendly with all the rest of the nations that do not like him. But when it comes to his own brothers and his sisters, he ain't friendly with them. He got to watch them. He ready to take their life. And like y'all said, y'all right. These men, they get on social media and they be down talking black women. They down talking so much that you can't even see the ones that talk good about them. Because they done overshadowed them too. You see what I'm saying? These dudes, they sick in the brain. They ain't ready to really take the kingdom. They not playing real chess with the government. If you build, every time you build, you make the government mad, and the FBI and the CIA too. That's what you're supposed to be trying to do every time you get a chance. You're supposed to be trying to build and unite and get them hot. But nah, you better just sit back, stay divided, and if the government keep locking all our men up, and our men keep taking each other's lives, I don't know who's gonna be here to protect our women. Or our daughters and aunties and grandmas and everything like that. These dudes don't really care, man. And I'm gonna land my plane.
Thank you. you so much. Go ahead, Grandma.
I agree, young man. They do not care. They're too busy being the pharmaceutical companies of the future. But they don't understand. They even got them down on the low pole there. They don't let them rise up but so high and hurt your women is definitely not a thing to do. I don't know where it's going to turn out to be and what it's going to turn up to be, but it does not look good for us. Thank you, young man. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you for coming up. We appreciate you, brother. All right, what's next? Hello, let's start off with your age and your race.
Good evening. How you doing, ladies? How y'all doing?
We doing fine.
Doing good, Will.
My age is 34 years old, and I'm an indigenous Haitian American. I don't really identify as African American because I never came from Africa. So I was born in the Western lands. They're trying to take our history. But I want to say this to what the brother was talking about. The brother seems a little bit educated. For the brothers that's productive in the community, we got to remember these apps and these networks is against that. So they have to show the demonic class, the brothers that to get the criminal class. We have to do something in the community. The criminal class, they're really promoting against the class that really cares about the community. We're under attack. I don't know how some of us don't see this. It's a lot of brothers like me that loves to be with black women. I don't know why they don't show it. I don't know why, but and then another thing we have to do for the people that date outside the race, we need to stop. We need to stop letting them talk for us, because when they date outside the race, they start being one of them. I never claim them like an insurance policy. I don't care about the brothers and sisters that date outside their race. We being attacked from other agendas. We got LGBT community. I don't even know how to say it.
We can't talk about them. F1 in the chat. Tell me your favorite color. We can't talk about them on here. You gonna get my page, man.
Oh, my bad. I'm new on TikTok. My bad.
Don't talk about them at all. We not protected.
Fruits and a banana tree.
I'm new on TikTok. My bad.
Yeah, I know, brother. I understand. We can't talk about them. F1. Tell me your favorite color. Tell me something nice. Tell me something sweet. We love TikTok shop. We love y'all. Go over there, get your eyelashes. A little bit of something, please. But go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
And another thing I would like for us to do, for the ones that's serious, what about leaders? We're all leaders. We need to stop saying that we need to stop waiting on one person to be a leader. That never made sense to me. And then another thing I would like for us to do, if we want to fund like our own agencies, our own military for us, for the people that's serious, that value the community, we need to start doing that and stop letting people know our business. The thing about when I see black folks that I see them do on TikTok, they like to open their mouth and tell the black community our business, and we need to stop that, and we need to expose those types. Because then we got to understand there's a lot of fake profiles that's on here that's attacking us to seem that that's black, that's really not black. There be other races of people that be talking, that be coming in these comments, that be talking.
Oh, no. There's a guy, and I definitely understand that, but there's a guy on here, he has a scar on his face, okay? He's black, and he is speaking very negatively about our community. I need to screenshot it so you guys can see it for yourself. So every black person, right? So, because you say most of the black people in here, you're for your community, right? If you in here right now, you for your community. We should all be over there, right?
Yeah.
Being in the comments, speaking against what he is speaking, because he's telling YT people that we are nothing but criminals, we're nothing but gangsters, we are racist. This is what he is putting into their heads.
Okay, let me tell you something, sister. Those type of black women and black men that does that, we got to understand those are agents. Those are implants that's in the community. Agents that's to watch over the people that value our community. Those are agents. They're never for the community. We have a lot of sellouts. That's why nobody really want to be a leader, because we have a lot of sellouts that we just don't know. We don't know. And we have to understand we got a lot of brothers and sisters that's in this government that's against us, a lot of sellout agents. So we have to be careful on that too. So that's an agent. That's not really our people. He can look like us, but he's not really us.
But when he look like us and he speaks for us, You understand what I'm saying? I definitely understand it's an agent, but we still should be over there speaking against what he is speaking of. You understand what I'm saying? Because if we're not in the comments and we're not saying anything, then YT people are going to believe what he is saying because it aligns with what they believe in.
Nah, I don't even call him a brother. That's a sellout. You know, I can care less. When YTV, he don't understand. Most of us still have a colonized mentality. You know, most of us still colonized. Most of us don't understand that we've been all over these lands. We done built everything. Most of them know that, but they purposely, because you know why? Because we don't have a system in place for us, and that's why some of them feel like they can just come at us any type of way because they can get away with it. Once we have a system in place that's just for us, and that we can, and it could be accountability. I guarantee you, not one black person will be disrespecting the community the way how other races disrespect us. Promise you that. That's all I wanted to say. Everybody have a nice day. I want to say more, but I can't even think right now. But that's all I can say right now. Thank you so much.
I want to say something. Well, I guess you can hear me where he's at. We always say the word colonization. It's not colonization. I'm going to go back to my generation. We called it plantation because on the plantation, somebody wanted more material. Somebody wanted a better pair of shoes. Somebody wanted more sweet potatoes. So there was going to always be someone who was going to tell on the other people and try to keep the other people down. And they was always helping the master out. They would go tell the master everything. They would tell the master what moves was going to be made and what was going on so they could get some extra sweet potatoes, so they could get some extra cloth, so they could get some extra shoes. They might be able to get a little bit more wood to put on the side of their little cabin to keep the bad weather out. Well, it's 2024 now, and they don't really even get any gifts from the master anymore. They just helping him just to bow down and worship him now. They're not even doing it for their own survival. I mean, it's a dirty deal. And we need to get above that. And I'm calling to people to get above it. But you know what? You can't make people. They got to want to do it from their heart. And these people don't have a heart anymore. I land.
Hey, niece. Hey, hi, niece. I was looking in the comments. I think your mom took him out. It's a guy in your comment name was Kevin, and he was belittling a black woman. And I wanted to ask you, could you bring me and him up at the same time so I could free him? But he's gone now. Yeah, I was gonna ask you. I was gonna beg you. Could you bring him up with me? Bring him up with me so I can free him. Because I'm sick of it. He was belittling us in the black women in the comments, but I think your mods got rid of him.
He gone already. See, my mods, they know they got a job to do.
Yeah, they got rid of him.
Listen to my mods. They should only get one time to say something out of line, and you guys should have them out of this room. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's not about them. We're not gonna make this about them.
Yeah, but okay, babe.
Okay, love you.
Love you.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
One second. Give me 1 second. It should be more black people in this request box, right? Because all black people got something to say, right? When you leave this room, you're gonna be in somebody else's room laughing and kikiing and cacaing. Get your ass in the box and say it now. Don't go to somebody else live and be in there kikiing and cacaing. Get in here. We want to hear from you. Go ahead.
I felt what you were saying earlier about the whole being in someone else's live thing, because I went through the same thing earlier, but they had let me up on the panel. But it relates to this live because I had to inform this young man that, and I'm younger than him, I had to inform this young man that we had black-owned places YT people just came and destroyed them. We had all these Black Wall Streets. We had nice things, but they were all destroyed. And he didn't seem to get that, which made me mad because it was like he was being a token. Or like he was, like Grandma said, he was worshiping the YT man. And I just got so offended by that because I was like, how can you sit up here? And you know, some people don't know their history. That's fine. But what make me mad is that when people don't try to go out and learn their history. I hate when ignorance, people would rather be ignorant than inform themselves, especially about your history. I don't like stuff like that. Now to the next topic. And I feel like what happened to we don't have the issue. One of the issues with the Black community is we don't have men. We have men that are willing to stick up for us, but you don't even see it no more, like you said, because we have men on here talking about, oh, snow bunnies forever, Black queens never, something like that. And I was just looking like, dang. And then a man had joined the other live I was on, and they said something about how, why do Black women get mad when Black men date outside their race? And I said, we don't really care. It's the fact that you gotta bring us all down just to lift that one YT girl up. Why do we have to be the punt of the joke for another person of a different race to feel better about herself? You can like what you like and don't have to bring shame onto your community or to whatever community you are. And I just feel like the thing that gets me about it is another thing with the leader situation. Ted, hush. Another thing with the leader situation. I feel like I'm new to all this. I'm still learning everything. But I feel like my school, the thing about my school that I went to is they provided an African American history class. And my school was predominantly Black. So we learned a lot. We learned about stuff that half the Black people don't even know about. We learned a lot. And I feel like a lot of us Black people should go look up the Willie Lynch speech. Go look that up. Go read it and go read the steps of what he told YT people to do to break Black people down and have control over us. And I feel like today it's still in place because, as you can see, we got Black men that just act a fool all day. Come on here and just say anything, and it makes me mad. Another thing, I feel like a lot of Black men, the reason why they don't like dating inside their race is because they don't like to be held accountable. I watched the video. I mean, we all knew this, but I watched the video, and basically the football players were saying why that they don't like dating Black women because they want to cheat, and the Black woman will hold them accountable. A white woman, they just gonna be like, hey, we getting paid, so it don't even matter. And that's the problem. Y'all don't want to be held accountable, and I feel like Black women hold people accountable, and y'all think, oh, it's just an angry Black woman. No. You're getting held accountable, and you don't like it. You don't like that. And I just find it the issue, we have so many issues, but nobody is willing to talk about it. That's why I appreciate you so much, because you're willing to talk about what people don't want to talk about. They'll go into these other white people's lives and say all types of stuff as if they're not Black themselves. You'll never see an Asian person go on live and say something like, oh, Asian people are this or Asian people are that. You'll never see that. They target us because we sit up there and we segregate ourselves into these little columns. Oh, well, she's light and she's dark and she's this and woo. Why do we do that? We gotta stop doing dumb stuff. You don't see no YT person up on here talking about, well, you have a tan, so we're gonna categorize you over here with these people. You don't see stuff like that. And that's why I appreciate you so much. And that's why I really wanted to get in here, because people would rather just be ignorant instead of just doing that research. Just do y'all research. I'm so serious. I'm only 18. You wouldn't believe that. And I did my research. Y'all gotta do y'all research. Stop being on here listening to these white tea people. Because some of these white tea people be fake for y'all, and y'all don't see that. These white men that post, oh, I love a black queen, I feel like they only do that for the likes. I feel like they don't even like y'all for real. But y'all didn't hear that from me. I do. But go ahead. What was you about to say?
No, I'm not about to say nothing. I was about to say, let me go on to the next person, sis. You can get back in the box if you need to, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Love you so much. And thank you. Thank you. I love you.
Thanks.
I also want to say this, right? Because I'm not just going to come. See, the difference between me and a lot of other women, I'm going to get down on women too, right? Because I'm going to speak the truth and nothing but the truth, even if it make you uncomfortable, even if it make you, uncomfortable. I'm here to shake the motherfucking table up. Because black women, you out here telling black men you don't need them for nothing. You got to get on your shit because you need them. You need them. You can walk around here all day long and say that you don't need a black man, but then the moment that something happened to you, you expect for black men to come to your defense. But you've been saying all along, I don't need a man for nothing. I can get it by myself. But the moment, baby, the moment that you need a black man, you screaming, ain't no black man here for me. Don't no black man want me. And a lot of black women, you got nasty ass attitudes. You do. You do. Don't no man want to deal with no woman with no nasty ass attitude. And you think that a black man is supposed to, the first time you talk to a black man, you like, well, you got to get my hair done if you want to go out on a date with me. You got to get my nails done. You got to get my feet done. You got to get my eyelashes done. You got to get my eyebrows done. Bitch, how was you getting it done before you met this black man? The same way that you was getting it done at Applebee's, you think you're too good. You think you're too good to do anything. Black women, you better step up, right? And get your attitude together. Because no man wants to deal with somebody with a nasty attitude. We are the most unmarried people. Black women, we are. See, I can call out both sides because I don't have a problem. I understand what is going on, right? I watched my parents be married for 50 years. You understand what I'm saying? I watched them. So at the end of the day, it is both of us. We are doing something wrong. You can't sit on this app and tell black men you don't need them for nothing and then expect for them to come to your defense. We're having a big problem right now. You may not like it, but baby, I am here to shake the motherfucking table. I am here to make everybody feel uncomfortable. I'm sorry. It's time for you to feel uncomfortable. You've been too comfortable for too long. Period.
So I like what the last girl said about Willie Lynch.
So what next? Okay, I'm gonna show you who next. You next. You just hit the front door. Go ahead, sir.
So starting with Willie Lynch is a good place because before Willie Lynch, black people, quote unquote black people, we had rebellion, right? The Americans were afraid of us, right? And down the line, if we fast forward after Willie Lynch, after his letter, and after what he said would last for 200 years.
Sir, hi. Let's start off with your race and your age and what happened to the black community.
Okay, so I'm 30. I am black, and I'm from Middle Georgia, by ways of LA. And what happened to the black community is, like, we still live in, this is still 1942 for us in America. We're still living in the same place. The information age has tricked us into thinking that we're technologically advanced, and we're not. That's what happened to us. Phones are way more important than our community. In fact, she made a good point. She said something about black men, and you went in and got her, but
oh no, this wasn't for her. This wasn't for her, right? I just said that I can see both sides. She went in on men. I went in on women, right? Because she had already did it for the men's side, but I went in on women.
Right.
Because we have to be able to see both sides of this thing. We can't keep it just one-sided.
Of course. Oh no, and
sir, can I say something too?
Yes,
because I gotta correct you on this. When you said we're like we were in 1942,
no.
We are nowhere near like we was in 1942.
I'm not saying we are. I'm saying America is still 1942. America is. I'm not talking about socially. I'm talking about the infrastructure. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Our infrastructure is the same as it was when times were racist. So even though we might be in a position to get jobs, or people don't outwardly call us the N-word or stone us to death or to unaliving, we're still in that same infrastructure economically, all right? We're still in that same infrastructure when it comes to technology, right? My great-great-grandfather owned a shoe store in LA, right? He owned like the last black-owned shoe store in LA, which is insane to me, right? But that's what I'm saying with our infrastructure. Our economy has tricked us and allowed us to believe, because we can get things, we believe that we are advanced, and we're not. We don't have our own infrastructure. We still are using and borrowing racist infrastructure. And that's basically what happened to the black community.
Okay, thank you so much.
Don't start that.
Okay, I won't start humming. It's your fault, but okay. Oh, just FYI too, this is to anybody that's coming up. This is my grandmother, right? So if you come up here and you disrespect my grandmother, I'm going to treat your ass, okay? Okay. You better keep it cute. If she is talking, you better respect her. Okay? Thank you.
Now somebody want to come up here and deal with the old lady. Somebody with an opposite view. Can you stand on it? Come on. Don't be afraid.
I don't have an opposite view. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, let's start off with your race and your age, ma'am.
I am 48, and I am an original American.
You're Black American?
I'm an original American, yeah. I mean, if you use the term Black.
Are you African American?
No, she's trying to say she's indigenous.
I'm not from Africa.
Oh.
I'm not from Africa. I actually got to meet my
my granddaughter.
Yes.
I'm blinking my eyes at you.
Okay, your mom.
You know what? You got the same problem I got, because me and you believe the same thing.
Yeah.
Am I in? Oh yeah, I'm in. Sorry to interrupt. Y'all go ahead.
No, baby,
I'm here to talk. If you are not a Black American, get out. Get out. Just get out the room right now. This conversation ain't for you. Just go ahead and go. Thank you so much for being here. Maybe y'all gotta have a conversation how to fix y'all community, whatever community that is. I'm here for Black people. So if you Black, go ahead and stay. Okay?
Can I speak, goddesses, or let me know when I can speak on me?
Go ahead, speak.
All right. First of all, I want to say peace and blessings to all the gods and goddesses. Long live the queen. All hail the goddess. The human man don't recognize is that, a lot of men are not men. You know what I'm saying? Men are masculine. Men are tapped into their inner nature. You know what I'm saying? Men already know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Men know that without the woman, without the goddess, without the Yanni, the portal, that they would not exist. You know what I'm saying? And the Black community, what has happened to the Black community over time is that if you watch, you've seen that your man, brother, sister been ripped apart over and over and over for generation and generation and generation time at the time. Motherfuckers will start to lose, you know what I'm saying, consciousness, will start to lose, you know what I'm saying, that family process, you know what I'm saying. They did a number, you know what I'm saying, on us. They did a number on us, you know what I'm saying. Like it's really deep, you know what I'm saying, to the point where they had to they put in the process of, in order for the women to receive, or in order for the family to be taken care of, in order for the women to receive stamps back then at that time, the man had to be put out the house. You know what I'm saying? But what people don't understand with that is that a woman, the goddess, is gonna take care of them babies. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, if the man is there, if they are not a true goddess, a true woman, a true mother, it's in our nature to take care of them babies. You know what I'm saying? In the end of the day, so what men don't understand is that we've been broken. Well, they've been broken down so much and beat it so much. It's like they have nobody behind them. You know what I'm saying? That's what they feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like when indeed we both need each other. You know what I'm saying? Like we both need each other to keep procreating the main laws and the main structure of nature. You know what I'm saying? Nature wants to survive. She wants to survive. She has to survive. She's going to evolve. You know what I'm saying? Like, and with that, she's going to go with the strongest. You know what I'm saying? She's going to go with the most beautifulest bird. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's going to go with the strongest to make sure that those genes keep on surviving. You know what I'm saying? It's like a tree growing through a gate. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, that tree is going to grow around that gate to make sure it survives. You know what I'm saying? Like, and with this planet being connected to the Great Mother Goddess, you know what I'm saying? The Great Mother, that's what a lot of people don't understand too. It's part of her, you know what I'm saying? Which is why the planet is mostly covered in water. You know what I'm saying? Part of the water. And that's why you be in her womb in water for 9 months. And like a lot of people don't, what they fail to understand is that they took our Black woman, you know what I'm saying, and they started off with her. It's how they fucked up the community. How the community is so messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love my Black woman. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, it's deep. That's why I say, long live the queen, or hail the goddess. You know what I'm saying? Without her, it wouldn't be nothing. It wouldn't be nothing at all without this Black woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a spell of wonderness, like wondering, like a spell of wonderness is over the Black man, the masculine, and a spell of, it's like an entity that's over the Black woman. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really deep. You know what I'm saying? Like until you really do that inside work. Hello, can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, all right. Until you really do that inside work. Mm-hmm. As an individual, but speaking on the Black.
Don't you think we've been individuals this whole entire time since we came out of civil rights? We've been thinking individual. That's why our community is falling as we speak right now. Everybody's been out for me.
Understood, goddess, and it has been broken down way before then. You know what I'm saying? Like way before then, it's been broken down, and it's been messed up because they knew what we are. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing about it, when they put out this history or whatever they want to, they know exactly what we are. They know exactly what's going on. We the ones that don't. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly what the hell we are. They know exactly what we can do, and we the ones that don't. We still, they still coming into awakening and not believing but they know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I feel that they're scared. You know what I'm saying? Like until we realize that. Until we stand up and until we go to war, we will not receive.
We can't say that on here. But thank you, brother. Thank you so much for coming up. We can't say that on here. Y'all remember that we are on the World Wide Web. Okay, y'all gotta remember that. Okay, we can't talk like that. We can't be on here saying let's just my God, my God, my God, my God. Miss Red, can we start off with your race and your age?
My bad. Yeah, I'm 39 years old, and I live in New York City.
Can we start off with your race?
Black American.
Okay. What happened to the Black community?
I'll just make it short and sweet. What happened to us is we lost our cohesiveness. The cohesiveness is basically this. We lost that. In other words, we stopped looking out for each other. We stopped being there for each other. And I think also the act of understanding, we lost that too. The loss of togetherness. Another thing that ripped us apart is, you see, during the civil rights movement, something came and interfered it. That was the feminist movement. And that right there, instead of man, woman, and child, going against the beast. That when the feminist movement came, it made the man and the woman and child against each other. Another thing that's past. So now let's take it forward. Our men today are not strong. No, I don't care how the way you word it, spin it. They're not strong. And I'm not talking. I'm not talking about going to the gym. They get big muscles. Whatever. No. I'm saying that our men are not strong. How they were back then. Our men today seem to be envious when it comes to our women. A lot of our men, pretty much, our women today are succeeding, are becoming the more educated women in the country right now. And a lot of our men are falling behind. So a lot of them are becoming jealous of our women. And which causing a lot of them to have to have spite. Also, another thing is that a lot of our women, how the way Tupac said it best, a lot of our women have been left to be both man, to be both mother and father. This is not saying all the men. There have been some great men who have been there in their children's life, and sometimes the woman has been spiteful because the man didn't want her no more. So, she want to keep the child away from the man. So that has happened too, but it's not happening at such a rapid rate to where our men want to create life but don't want to take care of life. And also, I think the materialistic world is pretty much also becoming to be an issue as well. It's like we want to fit in so bad. We're willing to do anything to fit into that crowd, to this crowd, instead of focusing on our own crowd. It's like the same thing about it. It's like we can have a business. Okay, let's just say Mr. Winthrop could have a business. Mr. Muhammad can have a business. Mr. Chong Lee can have a business. And then also you, Mr. Johnson, can have a business. All of your prices are the same. You will go to the rest of these stores and pay full price. But when it comes to your business, you want the hookup. You want the discount. But when you can't get that hookup, you can't get that discount. Now all of a sudden, it's an issue. It's a problem. It's always a problem when it comes to us. And if we're trying to be straight laced, to be professional, whatever the case be, we're called names. We're called all kinds of derogatory names. We're called that we're trying to act a certain way when we're trying to conduct. And another thing, we don't talk about poverty. We say we love our children, but what do we leave our children behind?
I mean, we don't really, in order to have generational wealth, something had to be passed down to you. We don't have anything to pass down because everything was taken from us.
I do agree.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why
I do agree. I do agree.
Yeah.
I just want to say this little tidbit and I'm done. I promise. So another thing is this. I get what you're saying. I agree. But one thing about it, every human being on this right now who is with us right now, before this century is over with, we will be with our Lord and Savior. Everybody who is listening right now, before this century is over with, will be with our Lord and Savior. So in other words, like this, how about now, while we are here to listen, let's go and see about, maybe while I'm here, let me go and pick up a $100,000, $50,000, $200,000 policy. So, when it's time for me to go see my Lord and Savior, that hey, my children can be good. That's the beginning of generational wealth. That's all, and I'll meet for that. And thank you.
Okay, thank you. I hear this.
Can I say something to him?
Yeah, he already gone.
I think he's down in the comments, isn't he?
Yeah, go ahead, Grandma.
Young man, most families can't even afford to pay the premiums on that kind of life insurance policy. And a lot of Black people do not have enough, even a $10,000 policy to bury themselves. They're scrambling to do cremation. I bought a van from a lady so that she was able to do a funeral arrangement. And I only paid her $2,000 for the van. And the van was very, very nice. But she had to do something with her husband's body. Our main problem is family. We walked away from family. We walked away from agreement. We're not loyal to each other. A man and woman don't have the loyalty to each other. Because, see, I came up in that age where food stamps and welfare started. And the women then hid the men. We didn't kick the men out of the house. We hid them. My father was hid. I remember seeing him pack up his stuff. And when the lady was coming to investigate, because you couldn't even have a television, you couldn't have a phone, you couldn't even have a car, and you couldn't have a husband. That's the only way they would help. Now, I lived in New York City. In New York City, they had union jobs. They wasn't letting my father in any of those unions. My father had to struggle. He didn't get anywhere until the 70s. He had to struggle trying to find work because they brought over a bunch of immigrants. Now, he did construction, but they brought over a bunch of immigrants. And those immigrants was thirsty. They was hungry. Now, he's been here all these years, he's priced out of a job now. And we had to do what we had to do. So we had to hide the husbands. We had to hide any valuable things. I mean, when the welfare lady came, you had the children looking dumpy and the woman looking dumpy. But after a while, women figured, well, you know what? I don't have to have the man at all and get the benefits. So they didn't have the man at all. And I came up with neighborhood stores, but the neighborhood stores couldn't get the supply. Mr. Johnson may have had the shoe store, but all of a sudden, when he went to restock his orders, it wasn't available to him. But when he went over about 10 blocks to the other Mr. Ching Chong's neighborhood, he see the truck pulling up, bringing plenty of stuff to them. It has been a conspiracy to bring us down. And the only thing I know that's going to bring us out of it is family unit and deep prayer. I land.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I agree with you, Grandma. I do. But see, people didn't live through that time, Grandma, and so all they see is everybody else winning beside us and trying to figure out why we can't win. Have any of you guys as Black people ever tried to open up your own business? Have you ever went to try to get a loan to open up a business, and how hard? That's why most Black businesses are ran out of their home. They can't get a loan to open up a brick and mortar store. A lot of you guys,
I definitely know I can't get no loan.
It's the hardest thing that you will ever try and do. Okay. My dad. So my dad, he worked 2 jobs all the way up until he lay in the ground now, right? It was about 2 to 3 weeks ago, okay? And my dad was trying to open up something, right? So he could try and get his sons and daughters, to open up a corner store, right? Because the corner store around our house went out of business. So my dad wanted to try to get that, to try to leave us something, right? That we could come together. Do you know they wouldn't even give my daddy a loan? He was willing to take equity out of his house and use his house, put his house up, to try to get a loan for us, to try and build something. And this was way, way back then. Now somebody else, and you know who came to build the store? The Arab. They got the store. So when I tell you, none of you guys have seen the struggle of Black people trying to push themselves, trying to push their community forward. They won't give it to us. They will not give it to us. What do you mean? Why do we want a loan? That's the only way we're going to be able to buy anything. We ain't just got $100,000, $50,000 just sitting around in our bank account. They will not give it to us. My grandmother right now has a business. They won't give her a loan. She has a business right now. They won't give her a loan. She had to take the money that she had to try and make it work. All right, you can say it's not true. Grandma, he said it's not true.
Okay. I'm living witness. Now, I own real estate property. So I got rental property. I have 2 businesses. I have a customer service business and I have a dispatching business. So I need a brick and mortar. I found a nice building that I could purchase. So the bank says no, even though I have the collateral. Because all my property is 100% paid off, no mortgage. And they looked at me like, oh, so you think you're one of them proud people, So you know you got the collateral. You think, well, we don't think that business would be good in that area. Oh, they came up with some cute little ideas. And how you going to do the renovations? Don't worry about how I'm going to do the renovations. Give me the money. So they wouldn't give me the money. And I went to the small business loan. And they did give me money. It wasn't enough money to do everything that I needed to do. So I said, okay. So I bought equipment and I expanded my business so I could hire more people. And I run it, work from home. We work from home. And that's how I'm running it now because I can't afford to get a brick and mortar right now. And at my age and starting the business so late, I would have to have my grandchildren take it over. And they're young and they're definitely not going to give them a loan. So I'm trying to secure it so that I can build it for them. But they're giving me a hard time because then they looked at me like I'm real snooty because I want a plan where you live rent and mortgage free. And my plan is you buy a small piece of property, you get you a mobile home that's old, fix it up, pay it off cash, fix it up, live in it, live mortgage and rent free. And that's my belief. And that's how I've been rolling like that. I've been living like that 17 years. And people look at me like, no, that's the way to go. It's been good for me, but they won't give me no loan. Well, she got this property, she done renovated it, she done fixed it up. Now it has value, but we ain't gonna help this woman. And then I'm a woman too.
Not just a woman, you a black woman.
Yeah,
if you were a YT woman, they would have gave you the money with no hesitation.
And I'm a big, black, dark one too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a yellow
She's
one.
beautiful, Grandma.
Well,
don't matter.
They might have gave it to me if I was a yellow one. And if I could have been a yellow one with blue or gray or light green eyes, they really would help me. There is so much racism out there. But guess what? I'm still going to live rent and mortgage free and collect my rental property money. And I'm still going to live comfortable. So I don't care. They're not going to stop me. So we gotta start small. Yeah, we gotta run the businesses out of our homes. But that might be how we have to do. And see, the problem
we gotta stop supporting these people in our community. The people that don't look like us, we need to stop supporting them in a hole. Stop supporting them. Stop going to the liquor store. Stop going. Like, we got to find something else. We can't keep supporting people. We are the biggest consumers in America. It's horrible. It's just...
Oh, and you know what else really gets us about us? We like our privacy. Do you know, because when I lived in New York City, in those apartments, sometimes I would just sit and watch out my peephole. How many people lived in that apartment? It seemed like one stack of people came out of there in the morning. Another stack came in the afternoon. And they shared the bed. One get out of the bed and another one get in it. See, we won't live like that. We won't live with a whole bunch of people in our house. We got to have a nice little house which you have your bedroom, you have your bedroom, you have your stuff. But they don't live like that. They group of maybe be 20 people living in one apartment and you wouldn't even know it.
That's what we need to start getting back to. Black people, I'm sorry. I know you don't want to, and I know that it will cause issues, and we got to learn to get along and go and live with each other. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Since you Native American, that's something totally different. You just as discriminated against as us. And as soon as they know it, they ain't giving you no loan for nothing. Okay? I said YT. You ain't YT. They know who you are. They know exactly who you are. They feel like they already gave y'all land. You don't need nothing else. Go live off the land. They gave you some land and go sit down somewhere. But I'm confused though, but Grandma, you said they going to live in these houses together. They still got to get a loan to do these things. So how are they able to get loans?
Okay. In New York, they have a thing called a susu. I don't know, maybe y'all don't know what a susu is. I used to be in a susu. This is how I obtained some of my money when I lived in New York. A group of people, maybe 25, 30 people, every week we put in $100. And every month that money went to one of the people or one or two of the people. When you got a group of people, you have a group of money. And I think one time I got one from one of my susus. I got $11,000. And you got to be a trusted group. You got to be together. And I'm telling you, them people from Haiti, they know how to run a susu. And we would get our money from the susu. I watch how people live. They live together. They didn't fight. They didn't argue. You didn't hear a peep out of them. It was amazing. I said, how were them people sleeping? But one group would go in, one group would come out. They worked all different shifts. The children was taken care of by somebody who was in the house. And they were smart because they could get food stamps for the children that was born in America. So they had all them little children. They got all them food stamps. They fed them people. They put their money together. They paid the rent. They paid the light bill. And they put that money in that pot. We're going to help this person this time. And then after a while, all the group got something. It doesn't happen overnight, but you got to be dedicated and stick with it. I think I watched for 7 years to see how things went. And they can do it. And you can do it. So I got in with the susu. I said, I'm going to get in with this susu so I can get me some money. And I got right there and paid my money. And I kind of thought it was a crooked scheme until I went to the meeting and they handed me my envelope of money. I said, well, it does work. Let me go back and do it again. And it was tax-free money that the government didn't know or saw. See, they're not paying no taxes. The bank don't know. I don't know where they keep the money, but the bank don't seem to know about the money either. But it was called a
keeping
susu.
it in their houses.
Does anybody know about a susu in the gallery down there? If you know about a susu, write the number 1 for me.
Grandma, we got somebody else up here.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead and talk.
No problem. How you guys
Or ma'am. We don't know.
Some people do know about a susu.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Hello, sir. How can we help you?
Good. How you guys doing? I wanted to ask you a question. My name's I'm African American, 55. So I was born in 1968. So I'm gonna tell you like what I saw. Of course, what I read and what my parents told me about what happened in the Black community. So first of all, I look at things from 2 ways: public policy, personal responsibility. So the personal responsibility is Black people need to stop going and stop buying. King showed us in 55 what that will do and how you can change things overnight if we stop buying from people who don't buy from us and won't do business with us, and stop going to places that don't support us. Just as a community, we need to learn to love, trust, and respect each other, especially for Black men. And we need to engage the outlook of the nuclear family. So that's the personal responsibility. That has nothing to do with nobody else. That's stuff we're doing to ourselves. So the public policy part. The 60s scared the hell out of white people. You had King, you had Medgar Evers, you had Malcolm X, A. Philip Randolph, Monroe Trotter, Fannie Lou Hamer, Fred Hampton, and all the Black Panther parties. I'm Black and I'm proud. That scared the hell out of white folks in the 60s. So after they either unlifed or exiled all of our leaders, or jailed them or defamed them, what they tried to do, they said, we're going to go into incrementalism and tokenism. So in the 70s, they said, we got to give Black people something so we don't have another 60s. You know what I mean? So the 70s became the decade of the distractions. So what they did was they start integrating us a little bit. You had, Brown Book supported education, and they start integrating schools. and we had like the first black president of Michigan State, and you had the first admiral in the Marine Corps. I'm sorry, the first admiral in the Navy. And it's okay, we're going to integrate. We're going to give them something. And then they had all these TV shows. Because in the 60s, you didn't see Good Times or What's Happening, Sanford and Son, Coffee, Cleopatra Jones. We're going to keep them distracted. And then what we're going to do is we're going to deindustrialize their schools. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, used to be to graduate with be a carpenter, a mechanic, construction. Used to get all that out of high school. They said we're going to take all that out of high school so they can't have graduate with skills that pay the bills. And then we're going to take all the factories out of the black communities, which we were employed at. So now we're going to leave all these men for this decade. We're going to deindustrialize them and make sure they're employed and have them all stressed out. They can't take care of their families. And black men, we're about our pocketbook and our checking account. That's not right. We're not right. Then in the 1980s, they put crack in our neighborhoods. So they said,
no. You got to say sugar booger.
Oh, sugar booger.
F1 in the chat. F1 in the chat.
Sorry about that. We're gonna put that in our communities. So now you have all these men who are unemployed start selling that. Then in the 90s, to skip forward, now we're going to create a system where we're going to put all the men in jail who were selling the sugar booger. And it was strategic targeting. Then in 2000s, we thought we arrived. Barack Obama got elected. Oh, we celebrate in the street and everybody's cheer. It's all over now. Then they started again. You saw the swirl of the Tea Party. They made sure Barack couldn't do anything. And now they're rolling back DEI, rolling back affirmative action, attacking our right to vote, taking black history out of school. So every time we take a step forward, the white fear pops up and try to kick us backwards. So every time it's like
when did we take a step forward? I'm trying to figure it out, because where did we take a step forward?
Well, let's say like when Barack got elected, that was a start.
Sir, that wasn't a start for me. I'm sorry. It just
no. I understand it. Let me finish.
No. You gotta tell me where we took a step forward at.
Okay, so let me answer. Barack Obama was a perceived step forward. We thought it was a step forward. We thought because we had a black president, we've arrived. That's why I just said we thought we did, but we realized that really meant nothing. We realized that when we, in the 70s, when they start integrating us, we had thought that we arrived, but we really hadn't, because economically, we haven't moved up. You had the Kerner Commission in the 1960s. The Kerner Commission report, they said that the reason why African Americans are struggling is simply because of systematic racism. They did another report in the 1990s and found out things had gotten worse, but they made us think we were moving forward when we really weren't. So it's strategic. What happened to the black community, one was integration. I think was the worst thing that ever happened to us, because we had Black Wall Street, we had Sweet Albany, we had Rosewood, we had all those things when we were confined and condensed by ourselves. We had to build something. Like if you owned a clothing store, I had to buy from you. If your grandmother was a realtor, I had to buy a house from her, because we couldn't buy from anybody else. And those were the best times. So I think the integration, I think what happened to black community, one was integration. Two was a strategic criminal targeting. And the other part was we lost our way as a people.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
God bless you.
God bless you.
I want to say something, and I hope nobody don't take offense to it, but that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to offend people. You did not have your first black president. You had your first black first lady. You did not have your first black, okay? Let me say this again. You did not have your first black president, okay? You have been tricked. You have been bamboozled, okay? I just want to let you know that. And I know it hurts to hear, but the truth is the truth. And the truth is supposed to hurt, okay? Okay.
Yes, my dear granddaughter. He is a Kenyan American. He's not from here. His family never was in slavery.
Because when you speak of someone that is going to be our first black president, he would be a descendant of chattel slavery. Okay? When I see a black man up there, I want him to be a descendant. And that is when I'm going to say we had our first black president. But until then, we have not had our first black president. Okay? We was tricked. Okay? The only thing Barack Obama did was give that community over there, not the black community, he gave that community rights and forgot about giving black people their rights. Okay?
And then they doubled back and did the same thing with Miss Kamala.
Because as we see, right, people that are raised in the YT community, the problem is we are allowing people that look like us to speak for us. And that right there is going to be our demise as a people over here in America. We are allowing people that look like us to speak on black issues. The more that we keep allowing people to speak on the issues, Grandma, how many times have we had people that have just came to the country tell us that they don't see racism and they like the police and the police escorts them to their homes, and even though it's in a project? Do you know what they called our neighborhoods? She called it the hoodism. Mm-hmm. She said we live in a hoodism.
Oh yeah. So as soon as the police hear an accent on somebody of color, then they treat them differently. And I'm not talking about a Brooklyn accent or a California accent. I'm talking about an accent from out of the country. Because I have faked an accent a couple of times, y'all. And it was so cute. The officer said to me, "Oh, what island are you from?" So I kept trying to avoid his conversation. He said, "You didn't tell me what island you're from." So when he handed me back my driver's license.
Wait, Black, who are you blocking? Who are you blocking down there? Who are you blocking?
Yeah, I had to fake the accent. I faked it. So when he handed me back my license and told me I can go, he said, "You still didn't tell me what island you're from." I laughed and told him Manhattan.
Hello? Uncle T, what's going on?
Hold on a second.
You don't want nothing. You just want to argue.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, niece, how you doing? I'm so happy to hear the conversation that's going on, and I got to get one thing straight before I continue. This is your grandma. Can I call her my sister?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. From now on, she's my sister. Hi, sis.
Hello, and I need you to talk louder because I can barely hear you.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, and if you're my brother, I expect some Starbucks.
Okay. All right. Look, for everyone who heard my sister speak earlier, when she was talking about how they had to get the man out of the house in order to get benefits, there's a movie that tells it all. You know what movie that is, right, sis?
Yes.
Geraldine.
Geraldine.
Go rent Geraldine, and everything you heard my sister say is in that movie. And it tells it all about what these people did to the black family. Go get that movie. Rent it. Go on YouTube. YouTube will play it for you. If you don't know about it, it's called, again, Geraldine. All right? I'm going to sit back and relax, if you don't mind, niece. And
I don't care.
To the show.
Yes, we did not. We did not purposely get rid of the men. We hid the men. Because we hid my daddy. We knew that welfare lady was coming. We packed up his clothes in that bag. We got his shoes, his shaving stuff, his soap that he used to lather up to shave. We got everything out of that house that looked like a man. And then we sat there and looked so humble when the lady came in there and inspected. Oh, you don't have a television. Oh, you don't have a telephone. And she's steady checking off in her book because that's what she wanted to see. And then when she gets in her car and go down the street, we used the phone. We used to have a payphone in the hallway of the building we lived in. We get on the payphone and call my dad and tell him you can come on home. And we did that in the 60s.
If every blue moon y'all can see, if y'all could send a rose, or can you guys send y'all daily heart needs in? Because that brings more people in, and we need more Black people in here. Okay? Thank you. Send a rose. Send a rose.
Tap, y'all.
With y'all cheap asses. Send a rose.
Come on, tap, y'all. Tap. Help my grandbaby out.
Grandma, they don't care. They don't care about us. They don't care. They don't want every Black person to hear this. No, I said one rose. Just one rose. Just one.
Because I'm going to tell you, I'm not even supposed to be up with her. I don't know how she got me into this because I got to go to work in the morning. But this girl got me up in here.
Now, this say what happened to the Black community. Why is there a YT man? And, sir, what do you want?
Let's see what he wants.
Okay, Grandma.
Sir, can you hear me?
We can hear you. May I have your age and your race, please?
My race? I'm sorry, I'm just scrolling through.
Well, I would like to know what you are. I don't want to call you the wrong thing.
Caucasian.
Okay, Caucasian is fine. How old are you, honey?
34.
Okay, what would you like to say?
You know how I got on here. I'm just scrolling through TikTok. I don't even know how I got on here. That's why I'm a race and everything else. I think I'm on the wrong page. I'm not trying to argue or anything else.
Well, don't argue. You don't have to argue. Just say what's on your mind, sweetie.
I have no idea. I'm just trying to scroll through, and I clicked the wrong button, I guess. I'm sorry.
It's obvious you heard something that interested you, that made you push.
No, it wasn't intentional because you have to intentionally click a button. You just don't click it by accident, and you're up here talking. So there has to be something you want to say to us. Well, you may want to say that you doubt some of the things that we said, but baby, they're true. They may not be true for you, but they're true for other people. And I don't know, you might be one of those YT people who are not very wealthy, and you had to go through a struggle because people who were in the lower class of the YT, they went through a struggle too. So that we may have some common ground, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I completely agree with that, but I mean, I clicked on a button and now it's saying there's a bunch of roses and everything popped up. I mean, I'm sorry. There's a bunch of emojis and everything else. I think I'm on the wrong page. I do apologize.
Well, can I ask you a simple question? Are you a Southerner?
Yes, ma'am. Right now I'm in North Dakota. We're going to go to the field. But yes, ma'am, I'm a Southerner.
You're a South, and you're working in North Dakota up there, getting all that oil. Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir, this conversation is not for you, so keep scrolling, okay? You'll come across your people. I promise you. They all on here. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Mr. T, she's something else, isn't she?
Oh, my God. Don't be trying not to laugh out loud. I'm trying not to.
Because I was trying to see if he was going to answer the question, you know? Or if he thought he was going to get that off up in here, you know?
I think he was a little scared.
Yeah, he was intimidated. By what was said.
We have somebody new.
Hello, people.
Hello.
Hello, let's start off with your race and your age.
I'm Caucasian. I'm 41. But have a lot of mixed and black people in my family.
Sir, this conversation is not. I'm not here for you to answer the question. I'm here for my people to answer the question because you don't live in our community, sir. You don't live your daily life as a black man or a black woman. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just confused on this. Is what happened to the black community? This is not for you, sir. Why did you think you should request?
I live every day with black people, so
you don't live your daily life as a black man. You live your daily life as a YT person. If you said what happened to the YT community, then you would have something to say because that is your life experience. That is what you go through, correct?
You won't let us answer that people.
Sir, it's not for you to answer, sir. It's not for you to answer. That's the problem.
Butterfly, let him answer it. Let's see what he's gonna say. Let's hear him out.
Oh, Grandma. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna respect you.
Come on, I want to hear. He thinks that he's there. So let's see. Come on, tell us, sir.
My brother, if you have something to say, they're giving you the opportunity to say it. Can you please say what you wanted to say?
Now you can bounce him.
Grandma, I had to send him a mic. Go ahead and press the unmute button, please.
Oh, you have to send him a mic? Okay.
Oh, they already blocked him. See you later. Oh, my God.
How y'all doing?
How you doing, Papa?
Doing great. Hope everything's going good for you guys.
Grandma, don't call him that. Call him Red.
I saw the name Papa.
Grandma, his name is, just call him Red, okay?
Do I know him?
No, Grandma, we don't know him, but his name is Red. Call him Red.
Red, what race are you and your age, please, sweetie?
I'm everything. But I've had the, I don't want to say opportunity, but throughout my life, I've been too black for white people and too white for black people. Except for in my own family, which is, where I come from. I grew up black. My father was black. About the community and what happened to it. Just for me and the different things that I've seen throughout my life is, you have, the proud dads, and with being proud, that brings its own connotations. And then in the same aspect, you have the independent black woman. And just the things that I see is being proud and then someone else being independent. Sometimes that causes like a lot of confusion, a lot of problems, a lot of issues just in the family, because there's no proud Caucasian parents or Caucasian dad, there's no independent Caucasian woman.
Sir, let me ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Tell me a time in history that black people created anything to keep YT people down.
That is an interesting question.
Tell me a time in history where black people created something to keep YT people down in a hole.
Oh, listen, I'm not disagreeing.
And there was a lot of proud YT people. Okay?
But that isn't the thing that is being pushed right now.
Sir, we had to create some type of power because you guys never wanted to.
And I'm not one.
So what are you talking about, right? And it's very confusing when it says what happened to the Black community, sir. And is that your baby next to you?
I'm from Noxapater, Mississippi.
Sir, that don't mean nothing to me.
Well, I mean,
that don't mean in the most racist country, the most racist state in the United States, sir. You're proud to live there, sir. What are you talking about?
See, now there's the thing. It's not about being proud.
Sir. The lies that you guys tell. You in here promoting there is no YT power. Sir, there are people that's walking around today that they have YT privilege. That is their power in itself. They don't even have to say it. We have to say that we have power, sir, because nobody has given us power, right? We had to take our own power. And you complaining about Black people walking around saying that we have some type of power, when in all actuality, we definitely understand that we don't have any power. We don't own the system. We don't own this system. And you mad about Black people trying to put themselves first when everybody has tried to put us last. You upset about it? You upset that Black people are in a room talking about us, sir? And you guys can't be the center of attention because you guys always have to come into these conversations and try to center yourself. Why do you feel like you always want to be centered? You don't need to center yourself, sir. There is plenty of apps. There's plenty of people on live right now that agree with exactly what you agree with, sir. And you can go in there and say whatever you need to say, sir. This says what has happened to the Black community. I told my people to come up and let's have a discussion. They're not like us. But anyways, we'll see you next time. Tell me something nice. Tell me something sweet in the comments. F1, we love the TikTok shop. Yes, we do. Oh, God, yes, we do. My God. Okay? They not like us. Free ass niggas need to stay their ass inside.